talk about Scream 7, which undoubtedly is going to be where everybody has their eyes on this weekend. And whether you're boycotting it or going to watch it, I think we're going to pay attention to what exactly is the power of the fans here. Now, I generally don't think that we should be seeing this as, oh, you went to watch this movie, you're a horrible person, all of this, all of that. I think people are pretty much okay to do what they need to do. I do think that it's great to watch the film if you want to watch it. However that may be, also to call out what happened to Melissa, because I think what happened to Melissa is horrible and shouldn't have happened. She's free to speak her mind, and that's the thing of this nature. But I do think that we are about to see a lot of finger pointing on the weekend, because usually that's the easiest thing people can do instead of doing things that will give actual change. That's a whole other conversation right there. Let's talk about Scream 7, the boycott. What exactly does this mean, and will it affect it? So I'm just here to discuss, and let's get on with it. So Melissa Barrera, in my opinion, was unfairly let go of Scream 7 due to her comments on everything going on with Israel, which I think her comments were pretty much what everybody had been feeling. All of that aside, that's a whole other conversation as well. We did see that Scream 7 also lost Jenna Ortega during this, and that was apparently due to scheduling conflicts, although she later came out in April of 2025, years later, saying that it wasn't because of this. She says that the Melissa stuff was happening and it was all kind of falling apart. If Scream 7 wasn't going to be with that team of directors and those people I fell in love with, then it didn't seem like the right move for me in my career at the time. So that's pretty much her answer of why she wasn't in the film either. Now, I do think that there is an interesting conversation to be had about where exactly we choose to boycott things, because there would be a ton of things we should boycott, but we don't boycott them. Now, we do see also that then they went back to the drawing board. Christopher Landon was set to direct, but of course that was a very turbulent time considering everything that happened to Melissa, and it seemed that it wasn't really worth staying on this sinking ship for Christopher Landon, and I'm glad he got off of it because he was getting a lot of shit online. We later then saw that they decided to go back in order to do the original cast. So then we saw the film divert to Kevin Williamson, who of course wrote the original Scream, and we saw now we were going to have Neve Campbell in this. They also announced that Mason Gooding as well as Jasmine Savoy Brown would be returning, and it has a pretty stacked cast, which I'm very curious to see what exactly is happening here because Matthew Lillard's on board as well. And that's the big question. With everything going on, with everything that's being said, what exactly are we looking to happen with Scream 7? Will it flop? Will the boycotts work? Will they not? That's why everybody has their eyes on this film this weekend. Paramount and Spyglass Media on Deadline have reported that they are tracking a mid-$30 million opening based on the advanced ticket sales and all of that, which would put it in second highest opening for the franchise, right behind Scream 6's record, $44.4 million, which was insane. And this, of course, was because Jenna Ortega was really coming into the forefront of mainstream with Wednesday. So it's a phenomenon that happened because of that. I don't know if Scream 6 would have gone on to make that much money if Jenna Ortega's whole Wednesday didn't go off, right? So that's where we are right now. And they are saying that this could possibly be pretty huge. So we will see if there is something ahead for Scream 7 that could look positive. But as of now, like I said, it doesn't look so good on an optics level for a lot of people, especially with the Melissa thing, especially with Neve Campbell returning after the whole fiasco with her not being paid enough for Scream 6. So it's like, well, now that we don't have Melissa, we don't have Jenna, come back. There's just a lot of bad optics with Scream, I think, in my opinion. And that's why I think it's a franchise. Let it rest, let it go for now, let it rejuvenate, and then we'll get back to it. I'm scared if Scream 7 does good, they'll just get on to making the next one. And, some fans are okay with that, and that's perfectly fine. I think they'll always have an audience. I think there's people that don't care, and they'll just continue to watch it. But I think it just a weird predicament that we're in right now because, like I said, I think the firing of Melissa was horrible. I don't think it should have happened. It was weird. It was just honestly just weird. So we'll see what happens. I'm very curious with this. Scream 7 releases this weekend. Are you watching it? Are you boycotting it? What do you think about it? I think if you do plan to watch it and you want to speak out about what happened to Melissa, that's perfectly fine as well. And I think it makes a difference. We will be watching it because we are always covering everything on here, and we will talk about the Melissa situation at the beginning of all of the videos. And that's just how I think is the best way to approach this. We still have Mason Gooding, Jasmine Savoy Brown from the original films. And I think what they're also really betting on is this nostalgia factor of bringing the original cast back, also having Matthew Lillard in the cast, although we don't know to what extent they're going to be using him. It would be insane, and I think would break a lot of people if Matthew Lillard, for some reason, is still alive. Very curious how that would actually work out. So I know they're betting on all of these things, and that's what's making me worried for it, is that they're trying really, really hard to make it work, even though they know they've run out of steam with that storyline that they've been on already, because I thought we had Sidney's really great departure at the end of Scream 5, and now we bring her back for whatever reason it is. I think that Scream 6 ended on a pretty high note, and a really great way to bring it all back together and just leave it at that. The final shot of the Ghostface mask on the ground as the sisters walk away was great, and I think that that definitely was a perfect ending, and you could see it there if you want. That is the ending of Scream, and it's totally fine and it works, but we shall see what they intend to do. I don't know if it works or not. Let me know in the comments down below. So we'll be talking about it, but we'll be raising our voice for Melissa, supporting her, because I think what she said, her messaging was very clear, and I didn't see anything wrong with it, but that's just my opinion right there. You're free to have your own. You're free to watch this movie and not care about Melissa and all of that, and let me know what you think. But yeah, that's just my thoughts right there. This film does premiere this Friday. We'll see what happens with it, and let me know if you're watching it or not. As always, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. We're on the road to 50,000 subscribers. I'll see all of you next time. We just dropped a video for South by Southwest most anticipated films. Do not miss out on that. Let me know your thoughts and opinions, and I'll see all of you next time. As always, stay safe, stay positive.
Daughter. Don't you fucking dare!